Welcome to In Focus with Eden Lane.
Tonight I meet with two local actors and filmmakers, Zachary Page and Jeremy Make. They tell me about their special project, a public service announcement in support of the It Gets Better anti-bullying campaign. They created this work in connection with the Denver theater community. But first we're on stage at the Buell Theater with Shrek the Musical.
I'm so excited because we're backstage at the Buell Theater for Shrek the Musical, and we're going to have a chance to meet with Haven Burton. She plays Fiona, not your ordinary princess, and they're just about ready to come on out and talk to us about what it's like to be here in Denver. And I hear rumors we might meet a few little cast members as well. Thank you for getting up so early on your second night in town to come and see us, and you look lovely.
Well, thank you. You're absolutely welcome. I love getting up early to do things like this.
Because you're a morning girl.
Absolutely.
We know that Fiona is a morning girl for very special reasons. But,
of course.
I appreciate you sort of interrupting your morning to come and talk to us because we had such a lovely time at your show and you're here for such a little time.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that you liked it.
I had the pleasure of seeing you on Broadway play a different character in this very same show. You've been involved with this project for more than 5 years.
A little bit under 5 years, I think. Yes. It's hard to keep track though, because it's been a long time. But yes, I've done every reading and workshop and out of town, and then the Broadway, and now the national tour. So I've been involved with this for a long time. It's my baby.
You started out when I saw you. You were the Sugar Plum Fairy and Gingy.
And Gingy, yes.
And now you're Princess Fiona. So
luckily, yes.
That you have the double sort of challenge of following not just Sutton Foster in this role, but the movie that everyone's familiar with.
Absolutely.
How do you do that? Because you were able to make Fiona your very own Fiona last night. So how do you do that?
Well, you know, it's kind of a combination. First of all, Sutton gave such a wonderful template to follow because it was such an honor to watch her build the character for the last several years. So there was a lot of influence that I kind of adopted. But in addition to that, our creative team has been so open and warm and welcoming all of our ideas and input, and they really encouraged us to make it our own. In fact, they started the first day of rehearsal by saying, just forget what we knew before, this is entirely different, and we're going to start from scratch and just see what kind of relationships and little quirks and intricacies kind of develop over our rehearsal period, and that's how we made it our own. I think all of us have done a really good job and of recreating these characters, even with knowing the Broadway show as closely as we did.
That mindset is borne out in the entire production because if we've gotten to see it on Broadway, we know Broadway shows often have to sort of scale down a little bit just for tour.
Course.
But you guys didn't just scale down, you sort of interpreted it anew in many ways. Technically, your characterizations. What is that like to have been involved in it in so many iterations for you?
It's wonderful. And you know, when we closed on Broadway, I never felt done with the project. I know.
Closed on Broadway.
When we closed on Broadway, I didn't feel finished with the project yet. Even though I had been working on it for so long. So it was such an honor to be invited back to do the national tour and then to find out such wonderful surprises that the creative team was taking this as an opportunity, not just to kind of scale down and you know, continue with the project, but they were really inspired by the challenges of going out on tour and with their new cast to write new material and to kind of fix things that they didn't love about the Broadway production because we ran out of time, frankly, with a lot of things. And I know with the Dragon number, they were content, but they always felt that they could really kind of improve on the concept. And, you know, they scratched it and built it up again, and it's really beautiful, and it's actually one of my favorite numbers in the show now. So it's been an exciting journey to watch the show kind of progress, and it's kind of like sending your kid off to college.
One of my favorite songs that the company gets to sing is the one where This Is Our Story. Is that the name of it? This is Our Story.
This is our story.
That really sort of attaches our heart to all of those various characters. And since you've gotten to play more than one, what is that like for you to watch the audience find their way into this not your ordinary princess kind of story.
I really enjoy that that number, especially because the fourth wall is broken and we do get to relate to the audience, and it's nice. I mean, you can't see too many, of course, but the first couple of rows, they're so involved and so happy, and they really like seeing all of the characters kind of line up and join hands together. And you know, we're different, and what makes us special makes us strong, and we've got such a good message. And it's really nice to have a show that you can be a part of, where you send people out into the world feeling good about themselves.
You do at the end.
Yeah.
It's a new ending. You have a whole new curtain call number that we really get to party, and we can see the remnants of the party.
I know, the confetti on the ground. Yeah, I know, it's great.
Is that something that really sort of felt good, or did it feel like an add-on to you? How did that feel?
It was great. First of all, people love Believer, and I think that a lot of people associate that Neil Diamond song, even though it was done by Smashbox, right? Smashbox? Smashmouth?
Smashmouth?
Yeah. Smash something. It was done by Smash Mouth in the movie, but people always remember Believer and associate it to Shrek. So it was really nice to kind of finish the wedding and the party with that fantastic Neil Diamond song, and people love it. The audience gets really, really revved up. They clap along, they sing along. It's really great. I personally really enjoy finishing the show with a rock song, you know?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I know you've been able to be in lots of other musicals beside Shrek, but this is the first time you're tap dancing?
Oh yes, this is the first time that I'm tap dancing. I tapped for a couple of years, 100 years ago in California, and then didn't dance for 15, 12 years.
Wow.
And then when I started doing musicals, had to kind of slowly work my way back into it, started taking some classes, but was really just kind of thrown in the pool, mostly with Legally Blonde, and that was the first time I'd ever had to dance in character shoes. That was a challenge. But then when we got to Shrek, I didn't have to do rat tap the first couple of times, but I had to understudy Fiona, so I had to learn it, and I learned it pretty much on my own. I rented a studio and
was it hard?
taught myself. It was challenging. It wasn't so hard. Tap is one of those things that stays in your body, I think.
You think so?
I do.
Can you show me a little?
I sure can. Would you like to try?
Oh, you're not just going to show me, I'm going to try it.
Oh, no, we're going to do this together.
Okay.
I think so.
Let's give it a go.
All right, sounds
Are we
good.
going to go down here?
Yeah, I think we should. Steps are pretty basic. In fact, everything that I do here is pretty basic. So you should be totally fine.
Okay.
The first thing will be ball lap, ball change. Ball change, ball change. Ball lap, ball change. So it goes.
Cross?
Yeah, it goes. Ball lap, ball change, ball change, ball change. Ball lap, ball change, ball lap, ball change, ball change, ball change. Ball lap, ball change.
She wants me to keep going. Okay.
That's the whole step that we do across the stage. So it goes ball lap, ball change, ball change, ball change, ball lap.